Okay, good people, no kill survival 3.6 and 3.7. Starting off the day looking in the inventory, I see I've got 5 pieces of wheat, so that's a little bit more than enough to make 1 piece of bread. I take the bread, but you'll see I'm still down 4 hearts, so I need to eat more today. There's more food coming, so that I can get my health back up to normal. But already you'll see outside there's wheat ready to harvest, so that's me. I've got enough there to make another piece of bread and just get the grass seed down as it comes along. The trick with the farm, with the wheat farm, is really just to go bulk, think big, plant enough of it so that when it does start to grow, a lot of it grows and it keeps on coming. You'll see already that's my health back up to full. 2 pieces of bread got me up 4 health points, which is cool. So I'm tackling this side of the hill today, and there's 2 reasons. One of them kind of essential, one of them less essential, but both of them still important. The less essential is that you just want to get things the way you want to get them. So this is about the look of the place, the homely feel of the place. I want to start seeing the house from the outside and building up as well. I've got 1 floor, I'm going to make a 2nd floor, I'm going to build it up, perhaps tower up as well, just so I can see more of what's happening in the surrounding environment. But the other main thing, the really important thing, is that this was a death trap corner where I almost died because I made a run for the right side of the house when I was getting attacked by the spider, and I just ran into a corner where I wasn't quick enough to get a block down and step up, and I almost died. So thinking about stepping up the land on either side of the house so that I've got a clear run all the way around should any mobs ever come in. And any wheat I harvest, the seeds I get, they're just going back straight in the ground just to keep the farm growing and expanding. And if I don't get any seeds back, then man, am I annoyed. But for now, tackling the side of the hill, you'll see I'm kind of going back and forth a little bit with blocks I take away, then fill in again. And especially when I get up to the edge of the house, I'm not entirely sure in my mind what I want to do with separating out the hill and the house. From the inside, I put in 2 windows, and so I was thinking to begin with that I would take the hill away enough so that you see through both of those windows. As I start to work on the actual hill, what happens is I come to a compromise where I expose 1 window, and then the 2nd window I'm going to light up with a torch from inside the hill. I put wood blocks around about it just so that from inside the house, when you look at it, there's a light source and it's nice and bright with the wood. So it looks like clean living, you know. There goes the torch. And then everything else just filling it in and making it otherwise part of the hill. So yeah, here's more of that, just filling in and then a minute later taking back out as I work out in my mind how I want this to look. The only thing I know for sure is that I want it to step up so that it's easy to get up and around and down on both sides, left and right of the house. So the sun is going down. I really should get indoors and get to bed, but I can't resist just mining one more tree. And even when I get down the hill, instead of making straight for inside, I come to the corner just so I can look back and admire how the building is going. But indoors, sleeping through the night. It's a new day, and when I come out and I just think about the unfinished work from yesterday and how Minecraft encourages you, invites you to make these big projects that you can't get done in a single day. It reminds me of something I remember Ernest Hemingway saying one time about writing. The trick was, when you stop writing at the end of the day, you never stop at a point where you've got closure. You stop midway through something. And the idea being that when you come out the next morning and tackle it, you've got a starting point, and so easy to find traction. But the Hemingway quote just sounds very tidy compared to Minecraft. And I mean, not that Minecraft is harder than writing a novel, but that Minecraft encourages you to keep so many different projects on the go at the same time. So you're not just finding food or building a farm or growing a farm or harvesting, you're also like mining for resources, and you're also building. The very nature of the sandbox adventure is that you've got all this addictive energy everywhere. So many things to do, so many things to distract you and grab your attention. So really, the main event on this day was to continue with building on this side of the house and working out the hill. But you see, I've been all around the hillside and mining and harvesting and chopping before I even get back to just doing what I was doing. When I look at the house and the hill is still dominating the house, and that's something I want to change. So that's one of the reasons why I want to build up the house. I'm also just trying to level things out in terms of like the fence line and the perimeter to make things more secure. Because if I can have a drop down on the other side of the fence on the outside, then I'm safer and more protected from the mobs. Any opportunity to put in trenches or drops on the outside of my land is going to make things easier and safer for me. And you'll see that I still haven't done what I wanted to do today, which was just continue working on the side of the house and the hill. But I am happy of these apple drops. I got 2 there, I've got another one coming down on the waterfront. This is just a perfect example of all the little distractions that keep you from doing one particular thing that you're planning on doing. The things I'm doing, it all feels, dang it all feels like relevant and appropriate, but it's not the one thing that I planned on doing today. There's wheat growing, there's trees growing, I see the house, and finally I start to make some planks and some steps so I can build this thing. I've got the idea that I'm going to, with the second floor, I'm going to come out slightly wider than the ground floor. And I like that little space that's been left in the front. That's deliberate. It has a kind of modern but also rustic kind of feel to it. You'll see I pause the game here. I don't usually do that, but sometimes you got to answer the door to the Amazon grocery guy. Just got to eat in real life just as I eat in Minecraft, huh? But the garden, the farm, is looking good. There's lots of wheat growing, harvesting, trees growing. And I think the sun is starting to go down a little bit. Dang it! Misjudgment. Just thinking about using those inverted steps to widen up for the second floor. Get a few blocks in, and then I think it's time just to run down into the corner of the garden so I can look back on the building and try and admire my handiwork. Take the long way round. Come on, Dr. Dave. You don't need to do all that just now. Well, the saplings, they're useful. But it's time to get down. No, come on. No more trees. Stop it. Oh man, here we go. Actually, this was actually a tree that was worth taking down because it looked as if it might afford access to potential kind of mobs from the outside. But anyway, here we go. Let's have a look. Can I see trees in the way, leaf blocks in the way? Try from the other corner. Nice. No, it's not time to pause the game, it's time to go to bed. Then you can pause the game. There we go.